Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you how to do your brows at home. You're going to go from this to eyebrows on fleek. If you want to see how to get this look, then just keep watching. Alright, so here's what you're going to need. First thing is an eyebrow brush. You can get this anywhere where beauty supplies are sold. It's really inexpensive. Then you're going to need tweezers. Again, you can get these anywhere as well. And any pair really work. It doesn't matter how expensive they are. Then you're going to need a spoolie. These are usually free at any beauty supply or beauty store or beauty salon. Then you're going to need scissors. I know these aren't beauty scissors, but it's all that I had. Then you're going to need an angled brush, a small angled brush for brows. And then your favorite eyebrow powder that matches your eyebrow hair. Mine is this shade right here. And then you're going to need concealer. This concealer right here comes with an attached brush tip, which is why I really like it. And finally, a small mirror, just so you can see everything that you're doing. Alright, so first things first, you're going to brush out all of your hair, making sure that you look at your brow shape and look at how you want to pluck them and what kind of shape you want to get, and really what you're looking for out of this DIY eyebrow session. You really want to pay attention to the shape that you want so that you don't overpluck. That's like the main thing here. You don't want to overpluck and overdo your brows, because then the hair can stop growing and just a bunch of shit can get messed up. All right, so here I'm going to make sure that I don't pluck anywhere above here, this imaginary line that I'm setting, or anywhere below here or here. So this is kind of like my imaginary map. As far as length, I'm going from my inner corner up, so I'm not going to pluck anywhere behind here. And then at the end, I'm going to go from my outer corner to the tail. I'm not going to pluck anywhere in front of that. Again, this is my little imaginary line. So anywhere above that, I'm not plucking. I'm just going to get all of this here. All right. You want to make sure that you set a map for yourself so you know what you're doing. And then we begin. So you just begin by plucking the hair. You want to make sure that you pluck from the root. That way your brows last longer and the hair doesn't grow back as fast. So if any hair breaks while you pluck it, just make sure that you get that root out. All right, so as you can see here, I'm following my imaginary map, just rubbing my skin a little bit in case it's irritated or it hurts a little bit, because plucking hurts just a little bit, but once you do it more and more, it gets easier and less painful. So as you can see, I am just plucking away, staying in my area, so kind of staying out of the imaginary line that I set for myself, and making sure I get all the hairs, tiny ones, thick ones, long ones, small ones, all of them, just so I can achieve the more salon look, if you must. And then for the top, I'm making sure I get all the tiny hairs around the tail and above the top. I was trying really hard to get you guys to see the hairs, but they're a little bit not that dark, but I could see them, so I'm getting it. If I could see it, I'm getting it, making sure I stay within the lines that I set for myself. Again, tiny little hairs. So once you're happy with what you have plucked, I pluck in the front, again, not getting in the lines. And then I grab my little spoolie and I'm brushing my hairs up, because sometimes my hair grows longer than my eyebrows. So I'm brushing them up so I can see where to trim with the scissors. Brushing them up. And then I grab my scissors and I slightly just trim the very tip of those hairs that are a little bit too long. Again, I'm not cutting my hair here, I'm just slightly trimming. And then once I've done that, I brush it out and I can kind of see the little hairs that I missed, that I couldn't see before because of those long hairs that I just trimmed. So here, I'm just doing the last little cleanup, making sure I get all the tiny hairs, making sure I like the shape that I gave myself, just cleaning up any excess in the back, anywhere that I left any hair. Again, this isn't fast forward, so just take your time, okay? Brush it out, make sure you like the shape. Then I grab my brow brush and I brush the hairs in place before I start filling them in. So again, for my shape, here in the front, I'm going to go lightly, and then in the back, I'm going to fill in more heavily. That's just how I like it, how I feel it looks more natural. So here I got my brush, and I go in at an angle. As you can see, my brush is angled in the way that my hair is growing. First, I start in the middle of my brow, and I start by underlining everything. So I'm underlining the tail, kind of setting that roadmap with small strokes. I don't want to have too much powder. I'd rather build it up than have just a really dark line. So as you can see, just tiny little strokes, kind of mimicking how my hair grows, and then just filling in the tail. At the top, again, I just fill in the back part, and then I fill in the middle. So kind of draw a line and then start filling it in. Boom, boom, boom. Small hairs that kind of mimic hair strokes, so it just looks like my natural hair, you know. Brush it out, make sure the powder's in place, make sure I like what I'm doing, and then start from the top, drawing a line and dragging it down, making sure I get the shape that I want, and then filling everything in. Again, small strokes, and you can always go back and dip your brush back in the powder instead of having too much powder to begin with. So again, just filling it in. As you can see, my brush is angled, just like how my hair grows, kind of to blend in better, and just filling that in. To the front, I'm going to underline lightly the front of the hair, and then I'm going to tilt my brush in the way that my hair grows, like this, and then start filling up. You always want to keep your brush tilted in the way that your hair grows so it looks more natural. Then here in the front, my hair grows up, so I hold my brush vertically and fill that in with whatever product's left. I don't really dip back for the front because I like it light and more natural. So here I'm just blending everything in, making sure everything's blended. Go back with my brush, make sure everything is blended and nice, and then just kind of fix or fill anywhere that I missed. So here I'm just make sure I blend the front. I blend the front line like this, make sure the tail is right. It's just kind of correcting now. Now you brush through, make sure you like it what you see. Then I grab my concealer and I underline, go under, kind of underlining the shape that I got with the powder, like this, to clean up any fallout or any mess. And then at the top, lightly, I'm not using a lot, I'm just filling out that shape, making sure I carve out that shape and it's nice. In the front as well, like this. And then I'm going to blend with my finger, carving it out. Then with my finger I blend it. You can blend with anything, but I like my finger because it spreads the concealer out more evenly and it looks more natural. As you can see, the concealer is the color of my skin, so I just blend it really well with my finger, cleaning up any mess or fallout of the powder, making sure it's nice and neat and clean. So after you have cleaned and blended, you are left with brushing it through one last time, and there you go. Brows on fleek. Make sure that both sides match, and this is the final look. I hope that you guys learned how to do your own brows so you can save some money. I hope that you liked the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.